Welcome back, my dear viewers. It is I, Drahan, and I am online. Normally on my channel, I would cover theories from other franchises and go over the facts that have been presented to us to debunk said theories. However, today I want to cover a phenomenon. There are those who do not like it when the obvious is stated. I'm sure you've heard the term, "Well, no duh, Captain Obvious. We already knew that." However, there are also those who cannot stand having to state the obvious, such as myself. It kinda irritates me when I have to tell somebody what is right in front of them. Like, for example, Burger King does sell burgers. That's just an example. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Today I want to talk about 5 obvious facts in video games that I have found. Now, you do not have to take this video seriously. This is just a way for me to vent my frustrations, and hopefully to enlighten you on some of these somewhat obvious facts. Now, shall we begin? Fact number 1 comes from the video game known as Undertale. In Undertale, you have this character here, known as Gaster. Gaster is a pretty interesting character. He's probably one of the only ones you cannot fight in this game, and you are only able to see him in certain situations. But the most interesting fact about this character popped out to me when I went over his title, which was mentioned by one of the Gaster followers that you're able to see in other parts of the game. To other people, Gaster is known as the one who speaks in hands. After thinking about this, I ended up becoming confused. Not about why he's called that. No, it makes him more of an interesting character. The thing I'm confused about is why many people interpret Gaster in their comics, fanfiction, or even songs to have speaking roles. Because, looking back over this, Gaster is a mute. He does not speak. Oh, but Drahan, of course he speaks. He speaks in hands. That's what the wingdings are for. No. The wingdings is just how he writes. He writes in the wingdings font. He does not speak at all. He speaks in hands, as in he uses his hands to speak. He uses sign language. You know, the language using your hands. I thought it made this character a lot more interesting. when I found this fact. The one who speaks in hands actually speaks with his hands. Number 2 is actually one that I have gone over previously. Links in the description for the 2 videos that cover this topic. The topic in question: Ash and Red from Pokemon are 2 separate characters. Again, the links to these videos are in the description for a more in-depth analysis of this fact. I do not know how so many people can just interchange these 2 characters. Saying that they're part of different universes is a load of baloney. They are different characters in the same universe. Same timeline, in fact. Fact number 3 comes from a very famous indie game, I believe it's called. Indie game, that's a weird name. Anyway, it's from a horror game. Very famous because of YouTubers such as Markiplier and Matthew Patrick from Game Theory. Now, the reason why I'm going to be mentioning this little fact is actually because of MatPat. We are talking about Golden Freddy, the phantasmal force, the main antagonist in this series. Golden Freddy is a guy, which seems kind of odd since this is an animatronic. They really don't have genders. But all the other animatronics seem to be referring to Golden Freddy as a male. As seen in the Ultimate Custom Night, I have seen him, the one you should not have killed. Which is more infuriating when somebody who shall not be named wants to call Golden Freddy a her. You see how infuriating that is? The facts are right there in front of you, yet you blatantly ignore the fact. Anyway, moving on to number 4. Speaking of the Ultimate Custom Night, I want you to take a look at this roster. Now, one theory about the Ultimate Custom Night is that William Afton is the one being tormented by Golden Freddy, which I find odd, because William Afton's right here on the roster. If he's in the roster, how is he being tormented? Is this some kind of ultimate, why are you hitting yourself? No, I don't think so. Especially when you consider 3 other characters who show up in the lineup. These 3 right here, the Phantom animatronics. This points to the protagonist of Five Nights 3 being our main character. But that brings up a new question. Who is the protagonist of the third Five Nights installment. Oh, if I were to tell you that, that would ruin the surprise. Fact number 5. Research not Pat. Ever heard of it? Now that I've gotten that off of my chest, let's get into the real fact. For fact number 5, we go into Minecraft. To a misconception not even I have unfortunately fallen for. There is a dimension in Minecraft known as the Nether. For the longest time, there has been talk about an opposite dimension, an Aether dimension. Now how you go about making this portal, rumor has it that you make it with glowstone and activate it with a water bucket. Like I said, I have fallen for this misconception. There is, in fact, no Aether portal. In fact, there is no Aether dimension. At least, not in the way we think. However, that is all the time I have for today. Until next time, this has been Drahan, and I am offline.